Hey Ricardo, what are you up to?
I'm just enjoying my time while I have it. I'm about to release a very controversial video, and whenever I do that, a giant hate mob comes after me.
Oh yeah, I let everyone know about this video. People are on the way over here to beat your ass.
But why would you do that?
Okay, gotta go, bye.
The Sonic the Hedgehog Dark Age was amazing. And before you go in the comments, call me a stupid poopy head, your opinions, skip aside, unsubscribe, got smelly feet, just hear me out real quick. The Sonic Dark Age has a long, complicated history. It's considered the downfall of Sonic when Sonic was at his absolute worst. But what if I were to tell you that is not the case, and Sonic was actually doing quite well during the Dark Age? You think I'm wrong? Well, you're stupid and I'm right. I'm just kidding. I love you. Now, when I say he was doing well, critically, no. But money-wise and the amount of content we were getting, oh hell yeah. For a lot of people, it's hard to determine where the Dark Age starts. Some people like to say Sonic Heroes, and while that game is a step down, I wouldn't say that's where it starts. I would say that the Sonic Dark Age started with Shadow the Hedgehog. Yes, I know, stinky, smelly poo-poo. And I'd say it ended with Sonic Freeriders. Shadow came out in 2005 with Freeriders coming out in 2010, so this only lasted for around 5 years, the supposed Dark Age, quote unquote. If you guys know something about me, I think Sonic is much bigger than just a video game property. There's so much more Sonic that goes on around that time that I feel people fail to look at. It's not just video games, there are TV shows, comic books, merchandise, all that stuff. Plain and simple, the Dark Age was packed with content. An endless supply of video games, which is what Sega likes to think of Sonic as. Even though time and time again, Sonic has proven to do much better outside of video games, my personal opinion, Sega in the 2000s was able to follow it up with consistent releases all the time. Think about this. In 2005 alone, we got Shadow the Hedgehog, Sonic Rush on the DS, and Sonic X on the Leapster. That counts. I mean, I think it counts. That game is fucking awesome. From that year until 2010, there were 22 different Sonic the Hedgehog games. If you compare that to what we're getting now, that's actually laughable. I mean, I'm gonna be generous and include mobile. Look at what we've got in the past 5 years. Now, I feel like the number one argument is always, but Ricardo, yes, there are a lot of games, but if they're bad, it doesn't really matter. They suck and it's still a dark time for Sonic. Well, let's go ahead and go through all of the games and see which ones are good and which ones are bad. Shadow the Hedgehog. This is not a good game. I don't care what anybody says. It has the same control issues as Sonic Heroes, but it's just worse than Sonic Heroes. The gun mechanic is interesting, they just don't do anything with it. The story's bad, the characterization's bad. It's just overall not a great time. The multiple different endings is absolutely obnoxious. There's some cool ideas that it had, but it just didn't execute at all. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this one in the bad category. Sonic Rush is absolutely fantastic. I love this game a lot. Dimps really crushed it with the evolution of the Advanced series. I mean, it introduced Blaze the Cat, the Soul Emeralds, the Boost formula, the amazing soundtrack. This is just an overall great title, and it was very influential in the series. Smack that in the good category. Now, Sonic X on the Leapster, I don't know if we should include this one. We're not gonna include Sonic X on the Leapster, and we're also not gonna include mobile titles, so yeah. Now, Sonic 06 is tricky. I love Sonic 06 with a burning passion. It's my favorite Sonic game, my favorite video game, but I have the mental capacity and maturity to accept that this is not a good game. It did leave a bad impact on the series, and I can't forgive it for that, so I'm gonna have to put Sonic 06 in the bad category, unfortunately, but I still love you. Sonic Rivals for the PSP. Sonic Rivals is a good game. I don't care what anybody says. It's very entertaining, it does what it needs to, it's a simple racing game. It was a PSP exclusive, it did everything it needed to, it was fun, it was entertaining, it had a lot of replay value. I'm gonna go ahead and put this in the good category. Sonic Riders. Sonic Riders is a good game. Does it have flaws? Yes. Is it weird? Yes. I made an entire video on the series, so I'm not gonna go too in depth with it. Just know it's a fun, good time. If you're going there for Mario Kart, you're not gonna get it. It's its own thing. So let's go ahead and put that in the good. Sonic and the Secret Rings. Oh boy.
I wish for a mountain of handkerchiefs. Now, just let yourself cry. As much as you need to. You'll have plenty of handkerchiefs to help you through it.
What the fuck? This is really bad. The controls are horrible, it's borderline unplayable. Strange story, somewhat admirable, cool idea I guess. Nice art style, but other than that, I'd say this is really bad. Honestly, one of the worst Sonic games. Yeah, throw this in the bad category. Sonic Rush Adventure. While personally I don't love this as much as Sonic Rush, it's still a really good game. It introduces a plethora of new mechanics such as the jet ski, Marine the Raccoon is a new character, Tails is in this, more story around Blaze. It's just a really fun time, and while I do enjoy the first one more, this definitely doesn't disappoint and it's a very good time. This is easily in the good category. Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games was the very first Olympic title, does everything everything it needs to do. It's a fun party game, it sold well, it did really good things for the franchise. It kind of brought Sonic to a new market almost. Mario fans who bought this and didn't know too much about Sonic might have fell in love with the character through this, and I love it for that. It's a good time, don't expect anything crazy, it's a sports party game. Put it in the good. Sonic Rivals 2. I adore this game. It's very underrated, it's one of my favorite Sonic games actually. This is either my second or third Sonic game, and I adore it. Something I love about the Rivals games is that they have voice acting.
Well, the Master Emerald seems to be missing again.
It's so charming. Every character has their own storyline. You can collect different items. It's so great. You get these character cards. I love it. It's a great game. Put it in the good. Sonic Riders Zero Gravity. I'm really conflicted on this game. It's definitely not as good as Sonic Riders 1. It has a lot of redeeming factors. I think the zero gravity mechanic is actually pretty cool and works really well. I think the story falls a little flat, but other than that, it's really entertaining and it's a nice stepping stone. It's definitely not the worst Sonic Riders game. I wouldn't call this game bad by any means. It's more good than it is bad, so go ahead and put it in the good. Sonic Chronicles: The Dark Brotherhood. This is objectively a pretty bad game. For an RPG, the story is not all that amazing. The graphics aren't that great. The music is god-awful. What is this? Is my computer messing up? What's going on? This is the actual soundtrack! The gameplay and combat is just overall not engaging. There was so much potential with this game, it just kind of fell flat. I would love another Sonic RPG, maybe set in the Sonic IDW universe, but yeah, this one's not it, Chief. This one's going in the bad. Sonic Unleashed. This is one of the greatest Sonic games of all time. Amazing gameplay, amazing story. The graphics are fantastic, an amazing score and soundtrack, cool characters, locations. It's an epic journey. It's amazing. One of the best Sonic games ever made. The cheaper Dimps version for Wii and PS2 is still pretty good as well. Sonic Unleashed has grown so much. It's one of the greatest Sonic games. This is going in the good for sure. Amazing game. Sonic and the Black Knight. This is another storybook game, and unlike Sonic and the Secret Rings, this one's actually not that bad. The sword mechanic is really cool, better story, the cutscenes are better as well, using that art style of a storybook. I like the different takes on the characters, the names they give them. It's an overall big improvement. I enjoyed this a lot. Are there fundamental issues? Yeah, but this is actually not a bad game. I'm gonna go ahead and put this in good. Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Winter Games. Much like the first one, but this one's actually better in my opinion. I just enjoy it more. The different sports that you play are cooler and more fun. The setting's cool. Just a really fun time. Sonic and Sega AllStars Racing. The first really great Sonic kart racer. I think it's been said how amazing this game is, so let's just go ahead and put this in good. Sonic 4 Episode 1. I'm gonna be honest, this game isn't the worst thing in the world, but it being called Sonic 4 is an absolute embarrassment. This comes from Dimps, who made these games. What the hell happened? Yeah, this isn't the worst thing ever, but it's definitely not that amazing. I'm gonna go ahead and put this in bad because this is just not it, Chief. And last but not least, Sonic Freeriders. This game is awful. It makes me want to die. I hate it. Burn it in a fire. Those are all of the Sonic the Hedgehog Dark Age games. And as you can see, the good far outweighs the bad. Now, while this is mostly a subjective list, I hope a lot of you guys agree. I tried to be as subjective as possible. This little list right here was just to give you some perspective on the quality of the games mainly. But most of the time, success is measured by sales. Money runs the world. And to no surprise, these games sold like hotcakes. While games like Adventure Heroes and Generations sold significantly more, these were very consistent, pushing over 1 million units most of the time, except for 06 and Rush Adventure. Sonic was very relevant as a video game character. When you have multiple video game releases almost every quarter, people are going to know the name Sonic and buy a copy. It's hard to forget about Sonic when there's a marketing campaign going on all the time because of the different releases. They bash Sonic into your head, and that's a good thing. Other factors contribute towards this as well. First being Sonic X. Sonic X was a very popular TV show running until 2006. In terms of new episodes being released, the show was in syndication until 2014. With it still producing new episodes during the beginning of the Dark Age and having reruns until after the Dark Age, that's a very long time to grab new fans. For the fans who are either too young to experience this era or the fans who were too old to experience it, Sonic X was very popular inside of schools. Obviously not only schools, but at that time I went to a private academy, a Christian school for 2 years, and then I finished out my elementary school in a public elementary school, and the show was very popular at all 3 locations. There was something about the show that was just popular and had this gravitational pull even though it wasn't the newest show on television. It was pretty impressive. Probably the sexual tension between Sonic and Shadow. Also around this time, the Archie comics were going strong, the Jazzwares toy line was just starting to boot up. It seemed like Sonic was everywhere, and he kind of was. At this time, Sonic was more of a video game character who had other things going on the side. Now it seems like Sonic is more of a media character with video games on the side. The most notable new Sonic games are Team Sonic Racing and Sonic Forces, which were very underwhelming. Not to mention the 3 Sonic Boom games, which flopped. Sonic Lost World as a whole flopped in terms of sales, and its mediocre reception didn't help it, even though I enjoy the game. So you could say that the only 3 notable Sonic games that succeeded this past decade were Mania, Generations, and Colors. Compare that to the Dark Age, which had all of these, this nice long slew of at least good games. I'd say Sonic was very strong during the late 2000s. The fan base was bigger, more content, and compared to the decade we just got out of, Dark Age doesn't seem as bad in comparison. They at least tried. They cared, even if a handful fell flat. So I wouldn't even call this a Dark Age. In fact, we might have just gotten out of the real Dark Age, and we didn't even know it.
Maybe you should let me when I'm alone, I always feel right.